Pit-pat. His school shoes make the sound of pit-pat, and the strap of his bag makes his knuckles white as he runs, pit-pat, towards the sky. He is going home. The peak of the old classroom falls away behind him sharply, concrete, and he imagines the everlasting shoulder of the earth beneath him, waiting. He is also remembering an image of a man from the afternoon's history lesson, with rough hands, striding giant across the earth, and from deep within the earth, the squelch of his shoes picks out the footprints of bound toes and shadows of families encased within the peat. He remembers about a girl found crystallized with woven hair and the teeth still in her mouth, and his feet beat out the memories as he runs. He imagines the space beneath him, miles deep, and he thinks of the girl's parents amongst those watching as she sank beneath the soil. He sees her father's hand clasped on the feathery bog plants as his insides sunk down with her. He makes a strange fantasy that he has no father and no mother, and that his little sister is buried deep in the belly of the ground. He makes another fantasy that he is running to an imaginary grown-up brother's house, and there he will find a sitting room with saucers and radiators and televisions and mugs of brown tea with bowls of white sugar. She is looking out of the sitting room window into the garden. It has stopped raining and the light is fading. The air is still a bit blurred. But despite this, the grass is shining green, and all the fences around the garden and the houses behind are fuzzed through a squint of grey. The room itself is dark because the grey is lightless, and she can almost feel the shape of herself against the window. She remembers an ancient holiday, when she was smaller, too small to be herself, but just the right size to be dragged by her arm along streets with angles leading down and signposts heading off. Now, the sense of someone watching has left. In the dream, he was behind her all the time, clattering darkly. He had limbs, but they were sort of mixed together in an effort to walk about. The dream man had a body that no longer worked, because all his limbs were like a chopped up photograph. The shadow man behind the back fence had gone as well. She hoped that he had gone home, and the grass was shining green. She noticed that there was only one thing out in the garden that refused to be grey. A small black and white thing under the hedge that must have wanted to be seen. There were always dirty feathers in the garden, but it wasn't them this time. The cat had been missing for 3 days. At first, she had cried, and they had looked all over the house, in the cellar, in all the boxes. Finally, they looked in the cupboard with the plates, because once, when it was a kitten, they had found it there, sitting in a dish, waiting to be discovered. It wasn't anywhere. She had cried, and felt in the pit of her stomach the feeling of panic, a reaching sense of the bottom falling out. Now, she is looking out of the sitting room window for her brother to get home from school. She is thinking, he'll know what to do.